Today we're going to be talking about understanding periodicals. By the end of this video, we're going to be able to distinguish between multiple types of periodicals, recognize different periodicals when searching a database, understand what we mean when we say peer review. When we talk about periodicals, oftentimes the first thing that springs to mind are the popular stuff. Stuff that you'd see in newsstands like People or Sports Illustrated. However, when we're conducting research, we want to be able to use high-quality sources as our evidence when we are conducting a literature review, citing our sources, and doing research on a particular topic. One of the most common periodical types are news magazines. We already mentioned Sports Illustrated. Other examples of news magazines might be Time or National Geographic. These periodicals usually feature in-depth reporting on a particular subject. Unlike, say, People magazine, most articles in here will have a recognized author who may be publishing in this magazine and other magazines about the same topic over and over again. Things like Time and National Geographic are particularly good to get you started, but as we get into more advanced research, we'll want to move beyond these news magazines and get into different periodical types. Trade magazines are usually published by a professional organization and are marketed for people working in a particular field. For instance, this is Pizza Today. So if you were working at a pizza place and running your own pizza place, you might be interested in the Pizza Today trade magazine. There are trade magazines for lots of different professions. For instance, teachers have tons and tons of different trade magazines, including those generally about teaching and also trade magazines for specialized fields. However, for advanced research and the type of materials you'll be needing to use here in college, you're going to want to be looking at scholarly. For instance, here's the Italian Journal of Food Science. If I was interested in food safety in Italy, perhaps looking at sausage production or looking at how olive oil is made, I might want to check a peer-reviewed journal. Peer review is the defining characteristic of scholarly journals. Here's a breakdown of what peer review means. Take a scientist. She's been doing research on a particular topic, and now she's ready to publish her results. She submits it to a scholarly journal, and then what happens is generally several other scientists will review the document she submits. These are the peers reviewing her paper. They're sometimes referred to as referees. Peer review is important because it helps improve the quality of the research, provides credibility, and determines if what is being submitted to the journal is suitable for publication. So, if I wanted to do research on pizza, I might want to look at scholarly journals related to my topic. When I'm going through a database, over here on the side I can see my different source types. We'll have magazines and newspapers, trade publications, and academic journals. If I select academic journals, I can see everything published about pizza in a scholarly journal. This is a record for a scholarly journal article on development of nutritionally balanced pizzas. We can see that it's in the Public Health Nutrition, and we can also see the authors of the article. If you scroll down, you can see their institutional affiliations. This is important because every time they publish, they're putting their professional reputation on the line. The anatomy of a scholarly journal article from North Carolina State University gives us a good breakdown of what a scholarly journal article might look like out in the wild. For instance, the title is going to generally be very descriptive and not necessarily going to grab your attention the same way something in a news magazine. Scholarly journals will also have abstracts, which is a short summary of the article. This way you don't have to read 30 or 40 pages to determine whether or not this article is going to be useful for you. You can go a little bit more in depth in the introduction and see the research question that they've presented, and then at the end you can see the conclusion. Scholarly journal articles are also going to have a list of references, the same way that you've been citing your sources. If you have questions about finding scholarly journal articles, need some extra assistance, or want somebody to collaborate with as you work on your research paper, you can ask a librarian at library.emporia.edu.